boys and girls. It's Pastor Mary Ann back for story time, and I'm so glad to be able to do this. Of course, I wish you were right here in front of me when we were reading stories together. Soon, I hope we'll be doing that. The book we're going to read today is called The Three Questions, and it is based on a story by Leo Tolstoy. And Leo Tolstoy is a very, very famous Russian author, and he was also a very devoted Christian. And this story has been adapted from his book, and it is written and illustrated by John J. Muth. And the illustrations are so beautiful. I hope you'll be able to see them. But let's begin with this story. There was once a boy named Nikolai who sometimes was uncertain about the right way to act. Here's Nikolai, and he's flying his kite. I want to be a good person, he told his friends. Here are his friends. But I don't always know the best way to do that. Nikolai's friends understood, and they wanted to help him. If I could only find the answer to my 3 questions, Nikolai continued, then I would always know what to do. Here are his 3 questions. When is the best time to do things? Who is the most important one? And 3, what is the right thing to do? Well, Nikolai's friends considered his first question. Then Sonia, the heron, there's Sonia, spoke. To know the best time to do things, one must plan in advance, she said. Gogol, the monkey, look at the monkey, who had been rooting through some leaves to find something good to eat, said, you will know when to do things if you watch and pay close attention. Then Pushkin the dog, who was just dozing off, rolled over and said, you can't pay attention to everything yourself. You need a pack to keep you and help you and to decide what to do. For example, Gogi, a coconut, is about to fall on your head. Look, here's the coconut. And here Pushkin was going to warn him about it. Nikolai thought for a moment. Then he asked his second question. Who is the most important one? Those who are closest to heaven, said Sonia, circling up into the sky. Those who know how to heal the sick, said Gobel, stroking his bruised noggin. Those who make the rules, growled Pushkin. Nikolai thought some more. Then he asked the third question. What is the right thing to do? Flying, said Sonia. Having fun all the time, laughed Gogol. Fighting, barked Pushkin right away. Then the boy thought for a little while. He loved his friends. He knew they were all trying their best to help him answer the questions, but their answers didn't seem quite right. Then an idea came to him. I know, he thought. I'll ask Leo the turtle. He had lived a very long time. Surely he'll know the answers I'm looking for. So here he is. He's on his way to see Leo the turtle. Nikolai hiked up high into the mountain. The old turtle lived all alone. When Nikolai arrived, he found Leo digging a garden. Look at poor Leo digging this garden. The turtle was so old and digging was hard for him. I have 3 questions and I came to ask for your help, Nikolai said. What is the best time to do things? Who is the most important one? And what is the right thing to do? Leo listened carefully. Here he is listening carefully, but he only smiled. Then he went on with his digging. You must be tired, Nikolai said at last. Let me him the shovel and thanked him. And because it was easier for a young boy to dig than it was for an old turtle, Nikolai kept on digging until the rows were finished. But just as he finished, the wind blew wildly and rain burst from darkened clouds. As they moved towards the cottage for shelter, Nikolai suddenly heard a cry for help. Running down the path, he found a panda whose leg had been injured by a fallen tree. Look at the poor panda lying in the rain and can't get up because her leg was injured. Carefully, Nikolai carried her into Leo's house and made a splint for her leg with a stick of bamboo. The storm raged on, banging at the door and windows. The panda woke up. "Where am I?" she said, "and where is my child?" The boy ran out of the cottage and down the path. The roar of the storm was deafening. Pushing against the howling wind and clenching rain, he ran farther into the forest, and there he found the panda's child, cold and shivering on the ground. The poor baby panda must be so frightened. The little panda was wet and scared, but alive. Nikolai carried her inside and made her warm and dry, then laid her in her mother's arms. See, now they're both so happy. They're cuddling up there in bed, safe and sound. Leo smiled when he saw that the boy had done the right thing. The next morning, the sun was warm, birds sang, and all was well with the world. The panda's leg was healing nicely, and she thanked Nikolai for saving her and her baby from the storm. At that moment, Sonia, Gogol, and Pushkin arrived to make sure everyone was all right. Nikolai felt great peace within himself. He had wonderful friends, and he had saved the panda and her child. But he also felt disappointed. He still had not found an answer to his 3 questions, so he asked Leo one more time. The old turtle looked at the boy. "But your questions have been answered," he said. "They have?" asked the boy. "Yesterday, if you had not stayed to help me dig my garden, you wouldn't have heard the panda's cries for help in the storm. Therefore, the most important time was the time you spent digging the garden. The most important one at the moment was me, and the most important thing to do was to help me with my garden. Later, when you found the injured panda, the most important time was the time you spent mending her leg and saving her child. The most important ones were the panda and her baby, and the most important thing to do was to take care of them and make them safe." See, here they are, safe and sound in the tree. They're both together. Remember then that there is only one important time, and that time is now. The most important one is always the one you are with, and the most important thing to do is to do good for the one who is standing right at your side. For those, my dear boy, are the answers to what is most important in this world. This is why we are here. This is why we are here. And that is the end of the story. So here goes Nikolai. He's still flying his kite high in the sky, and Leo the turtle and his 3 friends behind. And so what we need to learn from this story is, of course, that if we are always present to those around us, and we're always helping those around us, and we're always doing what is right and good, then we are doing the important things that God has placed us here to do. So I hope you'll spend some time looking around you seeing who needs your help, because you can be a great help to everyone. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.